Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ward Nations. Gonna give you a little bit of rundown today. A little late in the game, but this is something I've been playing on for a little while. And now that I'm gonna start doing some videos just to share my gameplay with people and see different aspects and things from different people around the world is kind of cool. And so here we're in New England. You might notice I got a Boston accent here and there. Gonna give you a nice show around here. This is the base that I've reconstructed as the new updates are coming. You're gonna be able to pick up your base and change servers and such by the sounds of things. So I rebuilt from a larger base down to this, and actually ended up deciding that I like this much better than having such a large base. More functional, that's for sure. It does look really small, but it fits everything you'll need in it. And then surprisingly, actually, I think it's a little larger than it appears. Okay, so kind of do some odd and decorating, and we got the water bank here. Get your water. I actually really enjoy the building aspect of this game, compared to a lot of the other similarity games, crafting, building, etc. Did really good. They did very well. It got all your different varieties of machines and things. Big spice machines, the focal point. But I think I fit everything in that you needed in a very comfortable space. Again, it's not very large for a base, but it actually fits everything you'll need. I have, I think, 2.8 million milliliters of water. Yeah, so plenty of water. We do have a upper part to the building. Actually, we'll take you and fly you around the overall of the base here on the outside. Again, I have been playing this for a little while, so I have a couple months of efforts put into it. But you got your power, and you got these get water and moisture, clean the air. And actually today we're just after the reset of the deep desert, and so let me see if these we have a few abandoned bases that are slowly deteriorating, and we're watching over them and trying to see if we get some goods out of them. This one here, I think the fife is still pretty active on, I think it's probably about half. Yeah, so it's quarter down. Make sure that, let's check out these. So yeah, so the fife and the boxes are about in the same boat. So probably this coming Monday, we'll probably see some deterioration in items available, hopefully. Unfortunately, where a lot of the chests are exposed, they'll probably go away. But let's go check out a couple more that we got. That one there is an active base. We've got another active base over here. This one here is another one that's deteriorating. Unfortunately, the fifes, if you build your base well enough and you put your fife in a location that's kind of tucked away, you're pretty much going to lose everything. Now this one does have a shield up, I guess. No, oh, no power. All right, let's see how this one's looking. Now, obviously, this one here is going to be in tip-top condition because, again, it's hidden in the bottom. So everything above here is going to deteriorate before it gets to that. So unfortunately, you'll probably maybe get lucky to get some of the stuff out of these chests eventually. But most likely everything else above is going to deteriorate and be gone. For those new to Dune and thinking about giving the game a go, I highly suggest it. It's a game that you will definitely enjoy. I think you'll get a good amount of gameplay out of it. The only things is right now it's kind of lacking long run gaming. If you're one of those persons or people that like to go out there and get your game on for months on end, and I think that this game here will definitely suit for a month or two. If you're a hardcore, everyday gamer, you'll definitely get that time frame out of it. Yeah, this one's shields are up too. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So I think that definitely would give you that 1 or 2 months gameplay out of solid play, and then after that, you're kind of chasing the run around of things and gathering and getting ready for the next big update. But definitely think that there's going to be some really huge things coming to this game real soon. Um, it looks like they're definitely going to have some pretty moderately good changes coming, and one of the bigger ones is if you're out in the deep desert and you're using a carrier to go back and forth, you're going to be able to have a cargo container now or a supply container to bring back bulk storage back and forth and be able to fly in with it. So I think that that's pretty neat. But anyways, yeah, I just want to do a short video real quick, kind of give a rundown of my base. I kind of enjoy the base building aspect, so I thought I'd share it as I crash into the wall here with my bad driving. But this is pretty much where your topper tier in the game will bring you with items and products and stuff like that. You do have a variety of items that you collect. I can give you actually a kind of show of some of the things, and again, you can bring bodies in. You put bodies. You after you get an individual here, and you get their corpse. Your corpses you can take and you place them in the beds, and then it kind of dehydrates them and takes all the water that's in the body out. And because like real life, they base it on the human body has XYZ amount of water in it, and that machine will extract it for all of it. Then you get things like this, for building up your bigger vehicles. These are varieties of spice machines, right to that big one. You can make all kinds of neat items, tools, weapons, etc. Here's more of your advanced weapons and things like that. And then, you can grind up anything you find. You can also repair most of your stuff. Most items you can repair. They do degrade over time. Just to look over different varieties of items you'll collect. I'm not super organized, so as far as certain things go to certain places, and actually I'm gonna grab this here because speaking of certain things go certain places. These are fuel. You'll go through a lot of fuel in the game. There's a lot of collecting. These are water containers. Different fuels for different types of equipment. Most of it is just your generators. You have a few different varieties. This is a building material. You'll collect it like this here, and it's raw, and then it'll produce down to this, which will build your walls and building. More fuel. Spice infused items are for the more nicer equipment to build guns and armor and stuff. So that keep in here. Then you have the plutonium ingots. That's part of the deep desert collecting stuff, where you're going to get 2 materials that you collect out in the deep desert. You got aluminum, and you got iron and steel and You got regular metal, you got copper. These are seeds that you collect, and there's only one area you get them in, and they're kind of scattered about. But that's for using for your lighting. Again, here is stervidium. That, along with titanium, is what makes these items over here, and makes the regular plutonium ingots, and that's used to make your higher end gear, higher end vehicles. Out in the deep desert, you can get it in the regular area, but you got the spice melang. And this stuff here is used in a lot of your higher end stuff, as well as the spice residual. That's what you're using to make your more advanced fuel, like the go one more here, like for your turbines, your bigger turbines you saw on my roof is these ones, and then there's some round ones that use the regular blue ones. And then you got these batteries. When you kind of start out the game, you'll have these fuel cells you go around and collect, and that'll be your starter for your beginning uh, energy source. You've got different vehicles. This vehicle here is kind of my. Actually, I use it more than I thought I would, even though that you start being able to fly. Uh, that really does compile a lot of your supply. You'll take and build one up in the deep desert, and take it out there, and it'll help. Definitely, if you want to start off in your starter area, where you want to kind of be left alone and not be in the PvP area, you can definitely get a fair amount of resources with it. It makes life a little easier right there, and not be all blown up and stuff. Deep desert, there is a lot of people that will definitely take advantage of coming after you, and usually it's a group of people that are doing it. They come on, and that's what it's about out there. Other than that, yeah, I just figured I'd share, like I said, a little basics of the game, my base build. Give you a fly around. Figured check a couple bases out, show you the deterioration as people leave the game, or take a break, or end up in another game and kind of forget that they got to come back and keep up their base. But yeah. So, anyways, that's it. That's my little tour. I appreciate you watching. Well, thank you for watching Ward Nations. I starting out here fresh, and getting into doing some videos, and hopefully my content will get better, and the way I go about the videos will be a whole lot better, and you'll continue watching, and looking forward to myself growing on YouTube and other platforms, and seeing what happens. All right, thank you very much.